My research advisor presented our breakthrough at a national conference and told the room how his guidance made it possible. And I made sure it was the last time he stole credit for my work. For 3 years, I had been the graduate student lucky to study under Dr. Chen's brilliance. I was 26. He was 54. Every journal credited him as lead researcher, while listing me as a footnote. I sat through meetings where colleagues congratulated him on insights I had spent months developing. I stayed quiet because I thought that's how the system worked. The conference hall was packed with top researchers waiting to hear Dr. Chen present findings that could change cancer treatment. His wife sat front row while she gave me a polite smile. The chair introduced him as a visionary, exemplifying academic excellence. When the spotlight hit him, Dr. Chen stood next to slides showing graphs I had created at 4 a.m. Then Dr. Chen clicked to our data and started explaining the methodology he claimed to have designed. "I want to walk you through the moment I realized we were looking at this wrong," he said with authority. Late one night in the lab, when the pattern finally clicked, the audience leaned forward. "I had been running simulations for weeks," Dr. Chen continued, gesturing at my data. "Traditional models weren't working, so I redesigned the entire experimental framework." Someone in the third row nodded approvingly. "The breakthrough came when I isolated a specific protein interaction everyone else overlooked," he said confidently. "My hypothesis was considered radical. Colleagues said I was wasting time." He clicked to results that took me 8 months of 18-hour days. But I trusted my instincts, and the results speak for themselves. The room erupted in applause, and people were taking notes. Then, something building for 3 years finally broke. I stood and walked toward the stage. The applause died. Dr. Chen went from proud to panicked. "Tell them whose handwriting is in the original lab notebooks, Dr. Chen." Dr. Chen tried to smile. "This is my student. He's excited. We can discuss later." I pulled out my phone and held it up. "I have the lab notebooks right here. Every entry for 3 years." I swiped through photos. "Every entry is dated and signed by me. Not one has your signature." The room went silent. I pulled up emails. "Here's me sending you my hypothesis 6 months before you had your breakthrough." I scrolled. "You replied, 'Interesting, but probably won't work.' Here's me begging to present at this conference. You said, 'You're not ready. I'll handle it.'" Dr. Chen shook his head. "You're misunderstanding the mentor-student relationship." I clicked to texts. "Here's you telling me to remove my name from the patent application because it would complicate things. Here's you blocking my Nature submission because you wanted to publish under your name first." The department chair was standing. Expression changed. I held up my laptop, showing track changes in our manuscript. "Here's the original draft I wrote." I scrolled through document history. "Here's you changing authorship from equal contribution to you as sole first author. Here's you deleting acknowledgement of the funding I secured." Someone said, "Oh my God," quietly. Dr. Chen grabbed for the microphone. "You're disrupting a professional conference because you're jealous." I pulled up one final document. "Here's your email to the tenure committee." I read aloud. "My student shows promise, but lacks innovative thinking necessary for independent research. He requires significant guidance to produce viable results." You wrote that 3 days after I generated the results you're presenting today. Dr. Chen's wife was staring at him, face pale. The chair was walking toward the stage. I picked up my bag and looked at the audience. These findings could save lives. They deserve researchers who will advance the science, not someone who steals from students who can't fight back. I looked at Dr. Chen. "I'm glad you gave this presentation, because now everyone in our field knows exactly what kind of mentor you are."